Where did the atoms that make up our bodies come from? You might say, from the food I ate. And that's true, but to really answer this question, we need to go back to the past. Billions of years ago, the universe was a very different place. It began with the Big Bang, an incredibly hot and dense point that exploded, creating the universe as we know it. In the first few minutes after the Big Bang, only the simplest elements like hydrogen and helium were formed. As the universe expanded and cooled, these elements began to clump together under the force of gravity, forming the first stars. Inside these stars, nuclear fusion reactions took place, where lighter elements fused to form heavier ones. Let's better understand how stars work. You will soon see why. Stars make elements through a process called nuclear fusion. In the core of a star, intense pressure and high temperatures cause hydrogen atoms to fuse together to form helium. This fusion releases a tremendous amount of energy, which powers the star. But this brings us to the first question. If gravity pulls everything to the center, shouldn't it pull all the matter in a star to the center until it forms a black hole? Yes, but there is another natural force. Nuclear fusion, triggered by gravity itself, generates a force called radiation pressure, which acts in the opposite direction of gravity. This is why stars remain spherical as we know them. Keep this information in mind, as it will be important later. As the star ages and uses up its hydrogen, it starts fusing helium into heavier elements such as carbon and oxygen. This process continues, with the stars producing heavier and heavier elements through successive stages of fusion. When a star is massive enough, it can continue this process of fusion until it produces iron. However, iron fusion does not release energy. Instead, it absorbs energy. This means that when a star's core is predominantly iron, it can no longer sustain the fusion reactions that have powered it for so long. So, when fusion stops happening, the main consequence is the disappearance of radiation pressure. With this, gravity wins the battle and rapidly compresses the star's outer layers toward the center, rebounding off the core, resulting in a massive explosion called a supernova. This explosion is so energetic that it forms all the other elements of the periodic table. This event scatters these newly formed elements across the universe. These elements eventually become part of new stars, planets, and ultimately living beings like us. So the atoms that form everything around us, the food we eat, and our bodies were formed in the hearts of ancient stars. We are quite literally made of stardust.